Guys, welcome back to GTEC Motorworks. Today we've got another common problems video for you. I hope you're enjoying these. This is the Audi Rs3 8P. Okay guys, so first we're going to speak about the engine. So, one of the common issues with this 5-cylinder Rs3 is oil consumption. So it consumes a lot of oil. Now this doesn't happen to all of them, but it's a common issue and can happen to this particular engine. So particular reasons for that can be valve stem oil seals or piston rings. Okay, moving on. Coil plugs, again, are quite a common issue with these. They do fail, usually down to temperature. The coil, breaks down inside and causes a misfire. So guys, like I said, the coil plugs do cause a misfire on these sometimes. Down to temperature change, the coils break down inside and cause a misfire. Now with that happening, sometimes they can send a spark right down the porcelain of the spark plug and create a crack in there, which can also lead to other issues like misfiring and stuff. So coil plugs and spark plugs, another common issue on these. Another common issue on these guys is failing injectors. Okay, again, that can cause misfires, running issues, smoke out the back, all kinds of bloody issues. But guys, with most common spark ignition engines and CI engines, compression ignition engines, the inlet manifold comes with swirl flaps. Shit idea, in my opinion. Okay, so what happens is, on the BMWs, they break and cause catastrophic damage, but on these, they get stuck. They're vacuum operated, okay? So sometimes the vacuum pipes, they collapse and either hold them in an open position or a closed position, which causes the engine to run crap, basically. So it misfires and it starts hunting, can't breathe properly. Imagine choking someone. That's exactly what happens. Okay guys, more bad news. So we're on to mechanical issues, common issues with the Rs3. Okay, mechanical issues. One thing you need to be worried about, guys, and stay on top if you own one of these or are thinking of buying one of these. Make sure the DSG and the Haldex oil service has been done every 40,000 miles, not 80,000 miles or 100,000 miles. 40, okay? Don't skimp. Spend your money. Rs3. Yeah. Another mechanical failure on these guys, we see this quite common at GTEC Motorworks. The strut top mounts, okay, they squeak and clunk. Quite a common issue. It's still quite a heavy car, with it being a quattro as well, right? You will have at some point issues with the strut top mounts on the Rs3. The rear springs, they usually snap and break right at the bottom where they seat. Shock absorbers usually leak, but this is all service stuff, guys, and you should be getting your cars checked regularly, and then you won't have these issues, but they are common. The suspension, whilst we're still on it, I'll talk about another issue with these. The lower arm bushers, they usually perish with these down to harsh driving and road conditions. A lot of people track these as well, so they upgrade them. They usually do perish and cause movement in the arms. Another thing is the anti-roll bar links, they can make a clunking noise. The boots can get ripped. That's another common issue with the Rs3. Okay guys, next we're moving on to electrical issues, common problems with the Rs3. So guys, in the A-pillar there's wiring, okay, which goes down each side of the vehicle, transporting wires to the rear of the car. Now what you'll usually find with the Rs3, or any A3 hatchback usually, is the wires, basically because of opening and closing and movement, they rub through and break. Okay, what that causes is usually one of the rear doors stop. The first sign is they stop working, like locking and unlocking, windows won't work, things like that. So that's another common thing to look out for. If you have any issues with the rear doors, go ahead and check your wires, because 9 times out of 10 they'll be broken. Guys, another issue with these is the recirc motor for the heaters. Okay, what this does is basically changes, opens and closes to allow air from the outside coming into the inside. A common issue with these, they click and go click, 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 click. That's a sign that it's knackered, basically. We see quite a few of these at GTEC Motorworks, so that's another common issue with the RS3. Another common issue with these guys, which absolutely annoys me, actually happened to me in my RS6. They have a solenoid on the fuel filler cap, so you park up at the fuel station, you press the fuel filler cap, and guess what? It don't open, right? So I'm there like trying to prise it off like this. You don't have to do that. They have a safety release inside with most cars. You just pull that and it opens, but it's a bit crap, isn't it? So they quite commonly fail. The solenoids, they get stuck. So it's another common issue. We see that a lot. You go to push the fuel flap door and it won't open. Common issue. Another common issue, guys, with the RS3 and most of these German cars, behind the steering wheel, behind the airbag, they have a ribbon cable, which is basically a connections for all the steering wheel. Now, over time, what happens is when you turn in left, right, full lock, these wear down. It's just ribbon cable at the end of the day. Usually they just snap. And then what happens then is you have an airbag light on, you'll lose all your multifunction steering wheels. You can lose indicators and wiper controls as well, depend on how the setup is. But ribbon cable is also known as the steering wheel squib. It's like a whole unit which fits behind the steering wheel. That's another common issue on the RS3. Okay guys, so we're going to move on and talk a little bit about modifications on the RS3. A lot of people like to tune these. I mean, they are quite quick out the box anyway. 340 horsepower, DSG gearbox, pretty quick. A lot of people like to do stage 2s on them. A little bit of advice from GTEC Motorworks, guys. Don't just buy a cheap eBay file for 50 quid. Take it to a proper recognised tuner. We do tune the Audi Rs3s here as well. We also recommend to have the gearbox tuning done as well at the same time. And obviously, induction kits, I'm not a big fan of them, I'll be honest with you. I just want to talk about induction kits. People get these 70-80 pound pipes with filters on them. That draws a lot of atmospheric pressure and can make the car run a little bit funny sometimes. Gulps of air going in, it can get incorrect temperature readings and all sorts. The best advice from us is leave it in an enclosed box, either operate it with a K&N panel filter or buy an induction kit which is enclosed, so that you don't have these issues and the pressure will stay the same and the temperature will stay the same as well. Coming back to the stage 2, guys, so a lot of people we've seen, a lot of RSs and other M cars that come here, people literally do a stage 2 on them but don't uprate anything. Can't do that. So with a stage 2 on these guys, you must remove the catalytic converter and have a downpipe. Okay, don't do a cut and shut weld job. A lot of these places just cut them and put a straight pipe in. Spend a bit of money on it, guys. Get a decent pipe. Dark Side Developments do them. Miltech do them. There's loads of brands out there which are reasonable. It literally removes the cap, put a straight pipe in, and then yeah, you can have the stage 2. The turbos are pretty good on these. We've not had a lot of issues with the turbos. In fact, I've never seen one go bad. But obviously, if you're looking to go to stage 3 and 4, then you will have to look at upgrading the fuel system and the turbos. So there we have it, guys. GTEC Motorworks for your common problems. Please like, share and subscribe to GTEC Motorworks. I hope you're enjoying this content. And just remember, guys, this common problems videos, we're not just killing all the cars and saying this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. You might not have any of these issues ever, but it is a common problem series. So these are the problems that we've seen and we know about, just because of the years of the trade we've been in, and we know about these. You might not get any of these issues, but it's just a little bit of maintenance and a little bit of cause of concern, so you can look out for these things just in case you're looking to buy one or you own one. Then you can keep an eye on it. GTEC Motorworks, guys, Derby's BMW, Volkswagen, Audi Group specialist. Stay tuned.